Hi and welcome to Unlock Your Mama Power. Today I am really excited to bring to you an idea. Repeat, repeat, and repeat. Stay here. You are on New Thought Media Network, the place to be right now. Hi and welcome, dear spirit soul. Welcome to Mama Power, unlocking our Mama Power. Oh, you know what? I've just realized I'm going to turn this light on because it's going to make it. Yeah, let the light in. That's what I say every time. My name is Laura and I'm here on New Thought Media Network bringing you Unlock Your Mama Power. Tuesdays, Fridays, on Facebook, on YouTube, like New Thought Media Network, like my page, and get ready for today because it's really just interesting to me how we, as human beings, our nature is to repeat. We're habitual. We're in a program and then we program ourselves and we like to have a pattern and we don't even realize most of the time that we're living in this kind of subconscious patterning, an agreement within ourselves that we have set up, that we don't even realize that we're doing half the things that we do and that we can actually change them. I made a video a while ago about living by default and how when we wake up to that and realize, oh my word, I've been living in this place of default for the last 50 years on this and on this and on this, and do we actually make those changes to just to give them my glasses here. Where are they? Because there's here they are. Here they are. Welcome if you're joining today, and it's great being here with you. So let's talk about repeat, 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 because we are creatures of habit. We tend to stick with what we're doing and thinking that in our human mind that the perspective that we have in that moment is maybe the only opportunity or the only way that we can navigate this life. And yet we know that we're living in the infinite. We're in it, we're absorbed by it, and in our finite minds we choose a slice of the pie that feels good, or maybe not, maybe doesn't feel good, and yet we continue in these patterns. We repeat until there's an interruption. And many times what happens is that the interruption interrupts our lives so dramatically that the change that occurs is something that we don't really, it's not something that we want. We don't want that change. We don't want a disruption on that level to happen. Of course not. If it's causing sadness, or in our humanness it's causing us to really look at our lives. And yet often we continue without even realizing that there are signs happening everywhere, or opportunities, let me say, happening that are laid out for us, and we often don't choose to take those opportunities, and we become stuck, and then something catastrophic happens seemingly, and then we're left in a place of, oh my gosh, how did that ever happen? How did I ever get into this situation? How could I be living this experience right now? I mean, I just don't know how I got here. And I'm sure we can all resonate with that, whether it's through health, whether it's through finances, relationships, whatever area it is, our work, our living, whatever it is. There are times in our lives. Now, what's come along to 2021 is that COVID has done this for us, has given us this incredible opportunity to look at our own habits and look at what we're repeating, consciously and subconsciously. And we look at this, we see our lives outpictured, and we can see where things aren't matching or things aren't aligning, or we're not feeling good with how our life is outpicturing. We look at the outpicturing of our lives, and rather than blaming it, we decide to make a change, and we repeat a new pattern. We repeat a new choice. We repeat a new behavior. We repeat a new mantra. We repeat a new affirmation. We repeat a new prayer. We repeat a new way of being to ourselves, with ourselves, instead of what we have been choosing, which hasn't really worked or isn't supporting us right now in this moment. Because we're continually evolving and expanding and growing, and as we do this, we can look at our lives from a higher place, from a new perspective, from a new way, and we can see that that the changes that need to happen, or the opportunity for change that can happen, is actually going to grow us again, and that is painful often. That's the caterpillar, working through the goo and then bursting forwards and flying free. It's a painful process. It's not an easy peasy process, and we have to be brave to make a new choice, to repeat in a new way. And yet for many, that opportunity comes always. We're always being given that opportunity, and for many, that opportunity is not an option because it feels safe, it feels comfortable, it just feels like, the status quo. Why would I want to rock the boat? Why would I want to change my life? Who would I upset? Who would not befriend me anymore? Who would, my family, my friend, there's so much going on. And am I not good enough? I haven't got the skills, I haven't got what it takes. We have a verbiage that goes on the bubbles, the little big bubbles most of the time, that keep us back from creating a new way, from setting a new, stepping forwards in a new direction. It's that thing of the sail on the boat, that we have that pointed direction. We move the sail by 1 millimeter, we're going to land in a totally different place. If it's like a 10-kilometer journey or a 100-kilometer journey, we are going to land in a different place. So we have this choice in every moment to reset sail and to repeat in a new way, from a new place, from a new understanding, from a higher level of knowing of who we are and the power that we have, the mama power that we have within us. And our journey, our adventure, is always inviting us in to unite within, to unite to that knowing, to unite with that knowing. Who? Most of the time, the blinkers are on because it's safe, it's easy. This is the perspective that we have. This is the perception that we have. This is where it feels safe, with the training wheels on. And why would we want to move it? Why would we want to change? Why would we want to take those training wheels off? And yet, I'm asking you, right now, are you seeing your life as a life that is well lived, as a life that feels fulfilled, as a life where you feel that you are really living the meaningful life that you desire? Because if you're not, then it's not because your life isn't working. It's because what you are repeating inside of you, within you, is not aligning. is not aligning. And so in some way you're holding yourself back. So the beautiful thing is, and this is, so proven by quantum science now, we know it, that we're evolving, we're changing, there's shifting. In every moment we get a chance to recreate our own creation story. We get this amazing opportunity to say it again, know it again, feel it again from that different place. And, it's like, how long do we go on until something happens in our lives that really then takes us to this place of where, sometimes we have to hit rock bottom to know that we are always supported, to know that we always get another chance. And whether that's with our families, and I can speak through experience, with our children, and I can speak through experience with our finances, and I can speak through experience with the way that we live, where we're living, and I can speak through experience. Whatever that is, we're always being given this amazing, the hand of the divine is always reaching out to us, beckoning us on, beckoning us to repeat in a new way, to set a new trend within ourselves. And this is the exciting part, because we're never stuck. We think we are. We think we're creatures of habit, stuck in a groove. We think that we can't move or make a change or see it differently or know it differently or feel it differently. We think that we are set in our ways because that's where we feel safe, and that's where that human part of us wants to keep us in the limitation. So what if right now we open our hearts, take a breath in, and set a new tone, set a new intention, open up to the expanded vision, the expanded version of your life, of what that really, really is, and what it really means, and what it really, truly feels like. And come away from the limited place that is the habit. It is the habit. It takes courage, and I honor you. It really takes courage to step outside of that seeming comfort zone. It takes courage, bravery, and I would say it takes being in a place of divine discontent. Absolutely, like, this is it. Divine discontent, because spirit will always be pushing us, showing us that there is another way. And we have to be divinely discontent enough to say, that's it, I've had enough. I've had enough, and I'm choosing a new and a different way, and I'm going to repeat from a new place. That's why new thought is called new thought. When you really, really think about it, it has many levels of meanings, new thought. It means that we can make a new thought in every moment. And we can live in the newness of that thought. And it means also that there is always a new thought that we can have. And so we can expand ourselves. We can expand our view of our lives. Not because we want different things materially. Of course we do. We want to have a life, we feel that there is this abundance and prosperity. But more because we're expanding from within and of the knowing of who we are. And then there's this incredible feeling, a knowing that's beyond a feeling, where we're living in this knowing that we are loved, and we are love, and we have the divine idea for our lives, whatever that is, and we live it, and we take those steps towards it, to fulfill it, to live it. Yes, so, this is what we're being absolutely invited to do right now in 2021. This is what we are being invited to step into, a different repeating pattern, a new repeating pattern. Now that doesn't mean that when we make that choice that life suddenly is going to be like this, breeze. No, 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 no. We're going to get handed a new set of opportunities that may not feel comfortable. We're back again with the caterpillar, working through the goo, waiting to kind of flap our wings and fly free. We've got to get through another kind of learning. We're on Earth School. We're here to expand, and our soul knows. And we're on this adventure, and we're continually given a choice to say yes or not. And so what is it? If there's things holding us back, holding you back, holding me back, what is it right now? Are we prepared to do the I'm not going to call it work, but are we prepared to really sit with it and live with it and work through it? Because that's the other part of this, is that we are being invited to say yes, to repeat from a new place, from a different place, from an expanded place. And along with that, there's an invitation to be the process of the work, to be the revealing. And it can be scary and uncomfortable, because that means we're looking within. We're looking in a place that is not always easy to go within and look at our past, to look at our beliefs, to look at why those beliefs were present, why we chose to stay with them and stick with them for so long, and that can be painful. And there's forgiveness in that place. And there's compassion in that place, and there's self-love in that place, and there's an honoring in that place of our vulnerability. And it can take time to really honor who we are, and to open up and grow and be that greater version of ourselves when we choose to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat from a new way, with a new idea of who we are. And I can assure you, that if you look back over the last 5 years and look at yourself 5 years ago, you're going to be very, very surprised at the difference and the change and the transformation between then and now. And maybe you weren't doing that intentionally. So when we do it intentionally, there is a power, there is a surge, there is a support, there is it's like, we're pulling back the archer, pulling back the bow, and we know where we're going, what we're doing. So when we're using that intention and using our life with intention, if you like, then it's like, it's magnanimous, it's just overly expanded. And we begin to materialize our lives in the way that we couldn't dream of. And it's amazing. And we're always being given that opportunity to be in that place. So you're here, I know, because you're in that place and you're ready. Otherwise you wouldn't be here listening to this. And I welcome you here, and I want to let you know that you're safe. That you're safe to do this. You're safe to make that change within you. It's the only place it's going to happen. I used to run around thinking, if I'm distracting myself in certain ways, or not centered, or living in different countries and not grounded, that my life would be better because I'd be having this greater experience. And yeah, on one level it was, and on other levels really it wasn't, because I still had to work this stuff out. And it takes a willingness to sit in our stuff, to be in the silence, to turn within, and to really be honest with ourselves and to do what we are being called to do. We're moving from a Piscean into an Aquarian age. We know that. We're in the Aquarian age. And it's like a whole shake-up. It's, you know, we're coming away from everything which had that Piscean feel about it and knowing about it and way about it, which was underground and undercover and hidden and kind of overlaid and impossible to get through, into this Aquarian age of communication, of freedom, of openness, where everything's being uplifted, unearthed, unrooted. And we're being invited to participate in this and to say, yes, I'm going to repeat from a new place. So I'm quizzing you and me and us here, because there is only one here, and that is the one. Quizzing, putting this in here right now as, what place are you repeating from? What place? And when I say place, I don't mean physical place. I mean, what intention are you repeating from? What awareness, there we go. What state of awareness are you repeating from? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it uncertainty with the life that you're living, the business that you're creating, the family that you have, the spiritual path that you're on, the trust, the faith in the divine? Is it fear-based? Or are you repeating from, this is good, this is the divine, this is my life unfolding perfectly right now, this is all working as it needs to be and as it's meant to be? This may be a challenge seeming, and yet I'm growing through this, and I'm knowing through this, and I'm learning through this. Is that the place that you are repeating from? When we choose to repeat from that higher place, it is just incredible how we see our lives unfolding from that higher place. And yet, our limited mind, or the limitation of what we believe to be the beliefs that we carry, can pull us back and hold us in this holding place. So I'm kind of inviting you right now, and me, to step forwards from wherever we are and to say yes to being intentional, to creating anew and repeating from that place, and let it be from that higher place, from that place where we go to when we are in meditation, the infinite, from that place where we are when we are in prayer, the infinite, from that place where we are when we're in nature and embodying the stunningness of everything that is around us, whether we're by the sea or the mountains or in a park or wherever, or whether we look up at the sky and see the boldness and the greatness of that. That's the place, that mystical, magical place, that mystery place. When we come from that, knowing that this life is one incredible experience, and that as we say yes to it from the place of love, it unfolds from that place of love, and that's what we experience more of. Then we're living in that mystery, and we're doing it intentionally rather than by default, and we're choosing to repeat and repeat and repeat from that place, from that beautiful place. Let's just bring that in right now. If you're with me, if you're watching later, welcome here. Welcome to this Mama Power zone, this little corner here in my room, because I know that when we choose. Oh, and the other thing I want to say here, if you have any questions, please add them in. Please let me know what your questions are. It'd be great. Or any comments, just let me know. I know Wayne is here. Welcome, Wayne. And if anyone else is here and you have any actual questions, then I would love to know what they are, and or any insights, because you have insights. You have amazing insights, and I think it's really important to share here so we uplift and inspire each other with what is going on in our own lives, in our own minds. Yesterday on the Cosmic Prayer on New Thought Media Network, I was honoured to be in conversation with a super guest who I've known for the last 2 years. Her name is Reverend Dr. Ruth Miller, PhD. She came onto the Cosmic Prayer. You can find that on my YouTube channel or on New Thought Media Network. And she talked about the great feminine, divine feminine, and the divine feminine leaders in the New Thought movement, and what they did and what they stood for. And it really, really inspired me, because she talked about how they really used this power to change the idea of, well, they didn't know it was then, it wasn't called feminism, but they changed the idea that women were perceived and that women perceived themselves using this, what I've been talking about for the last half an hour. And how powerful those women were. And they taught thousands of people, and they healed thousands of people, or revealed truth for thousands of people, like thousands of people. And they didn't stop. All their lives, they made it a life's work. What an honor, to be in that knowing and to have that as a legacy. And that you watching here now, knowing this, that this is being passed down by you. You have this power. We all have this power. And the thing is that it's demanding us to love ourselves really, really deeply, to love ourselves for who we are right now. And repeating those thoughts, those intentions from that place of love. That's when we see our lives change and feel our lives change. Hi, Elaine. Elaine, just the message you needed this morning. Well, thank you, Elaine. I must have tuned in on some level, because you know what is the message that I also need. I also speak from what I need. So I wanted to make that clear, that when I'm speaking it, it's really not because I think anyone else needs it. It's because it's what I need to hear also, and where I am. And so I know that by sharing it, I'm going to be speaking to you also on some level. Wayne, good morning to you. Yeah, spiritual people rock. Absolutely. And you know what? We are all spiritual. We're all spiritual. It's to the degree that we choose, to tap in to our true nature. I'm here every Tuesday, every Friday at this time on New Thought Media Network. Like the page, like my YouTube channel, and love yourself. My power. You can check out my Instagram. Please like my Instagram page, Top Mama Mystic, and like the Facebook page here on New Thought Media Network. I think it's time for me to go. Yes, it is. I've been here for half an hour. I know there's another show coming up, which is Rev Melissa Morning Sip. Stay tuned in for that. And if you love this network and you love everything that it does, there is a donate button down there. There is a love offering button down there, and you can be a part of the reciprocal process by sharing your faith in finance and flow. The love offering link is down there below. Have an amazing day, rest of your day, and I will be back tomorrow with the meditation. See you then.